Hey YouTubers, how are you today? This is Ingrid from the Netherlands again, aka Rocking Lupa, and here is just a regular vinyl update for you again. So I have some new stuff for you to show. No CDs this time, because I just haven't bought any CDs over the last few days. Although I'm expecting a CD, I think next Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, because the Dutch band Delain, they released a new album last week, and it's called We Are the Others, and I think it's their best release, their best album so far. It's the third album, and yeah, what's very nice about Delain is that Timo Somers, the guitarist, I'm sure you must have heard that name if you're watching my videos more often, because Timo Somers, he also once was the band member of the Dutch band Vengeance. You remember the hard rock band Vengeance, and you know, and of course Timo Somers also is the son of Vengeance guitarist Jan Somers, and unfortunately Jan Somers, of course, he passed away last year. You know, he yeah, so we really lost him too soon. And yeah, but yeah, I'm sure that yeah, the Timo Somers sort of carries the legacy of his father with him, you know, in his yeah, guitar playing, sort of, you could say. And so that's a yeah, quite a wonderful thing, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, and Timo Somers, he became a band member of the Dutch band Delain. I don't know if you are familiar with Delain, but yeah, a couple of years ago, my band, After the Silence, we had the big honor to be a support for Delain, and so that was a very great gig. And one of the band members, who actually also you know, invented Delain, is the keyboard player. His name is Martijn Westerholt, and Martijn Westerholt once was a band member of Within Temptation, and he also is the brother of Robert Westerholt, the guitarist of Within Temptation. So yeah, so family. And but in the beginning of Within Temptation, in their earlier years, unfortunately Martijn Westerholt became quite yeah, seriously ill, and so because of his illness, he just was not able to yeah, to be a band member of Within Temptation anymore, because, you know, he couldn't yeah, go with them on a tour and everything. So yeah, he just had to quit as a band member from Within Temptation, unfortunately. And yeah, but after recovering, yeah, of course he wanted to play music again. So yeah, he started his own project, and so that project was called Delain. And but so yeah, you could say it was a project, the very first album. But after the first album, Delain became a real band, you know, with real band members and everything. So yeah. And so now, but now last week they released their third album, and so I'm really looking forward to it. I already heard some fragments on the yeah, on internet, and yeah, it sounds really great. So yeah, I hope to receive that CD very soon next week, and so I can listen to it. You know, I just can listen to the whole CD. You know. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting. You know, the CD and for my CD collection. And but for now, I only have new vinyl for you to show. So let's start off very quick with that. The very first vinyl I want to show you today, it's by Bruce Dickinson. It's a 7-inch Tattooed Millionaire. So this was a solo single. Of course, Bruce Dickinson is the lead vocalist for Iron Maiden. The next thing was very cool to have. It's really, yeah, I'm really happy I could pick that up. It's by Yngwie Malmsteen, and it's called Heaven Tonight, and it's a very beautiful picture disc. And on the back side you see the band members then of the Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. So that was mid-80s, and of course also with one of my most favorite AOR singers, Jolene Turner. And of course, you know Jolene Turner among others from you know, Rainbow, and he also did a project with Glenn Hughes, and he now has his project Sunstorm, for example. So, but mid-80s he also was a band member of Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. So yeah, and it's very cool to have this. Then the next thing I want to show you, it's all Beatles related stuff. The first one is Abbey Road. And what's so very special about this record is that I have to show you on the back side, from the cover. Here you see the apple, which is kind of misaligned, because the apple has to be here somewhere. I will show you on the copy I already have here. So this was the one I already have, and as you can see, so this is the new pickup. Let's take a look if I can show you that. Here you see, here is the good pressing, and this is the misaligned pressing, as you can see. So that's yeah, it's very funny to have that, you know. So yeah. Also very funny story to tell is that actually I was playing this record yesterday, and I just took a picture of it and uploaded it to you know, the vinyl community on Facebook. So you know, people who watch this video and who are not familiar with the Facebook page from the vinyl community, there's also a vinyl community page on Facebook, and many people who also are part of the VC here on YouTube, they also, most people also are member of that group on Facebook. So yeah, if you're not a member yet, just check that page out and you know, join the group. I would say that's you know, everybody's so much welcome. So, but to be back to my the story I was telling you. So I posted the picture, and what's very nice is that you know, there many people were yeah, they posted their comments to that picture, and of course there are many people who like the Beatles, but of course there are also people who just don't like the Beatles, and yeah. and you know, it's very funny to how you see that conversation going, and some people are really taking that discussion very seriously, if you know what I mean, you know. And it's almost you know, the people are really, some people are really mad, you know, to people when they don't like the Beatles, you know. It's just insane, because you know, everybody's free to choose their favorite music, you know, and of course they also everybody's free to you know, pick the music they just don't like, you know. There, you know, and of course there are also bands like U2, Rolling Stones, you know, really huge acts, and they have really many millions of fans over the whole, you know, in the whole world. But of course there are also still people who just don't like those bands, you know, and that's fine, you know, because everybody's free to choose whatever they want, you know. I just like the Beatles, and I just like to listen to them, but of course there are also people who just don't like that, and you know, I think there must be a sort of yeah, you know, those, I don't know how to pronounce that in English, but you know, you just don't have to stop people, you know, when they want to say their opinion, you know. Everybody is free to say what they think, and you know, we're living in a free world so far, yeah, and at least here in the vinyl community. So yeah, it's so I just like Beatles, but if you don't like them, it's okay, you know. And also what Long Lost LP Man once said a long time ago in one of his very early videos, is that, you know, don't let other people bother you, in, you know, if they say that oh, you just cannot like that music, or, you know, because it's your collection, and it's you know, it's about that you like that music. That's what it's all about. And if other people you know, don't like it, so be it, you know. It's just your collection, so it's the, yeah, you know, it's just what you like, and it's your collection. So and if what other people think, it's not important, you know. It's just important what you like, if you know what I try to say. So yeah, but it's very funny to notice that little conversation on Facebook, you know. But don't take it too seriously, you know. It's just music. But okay, that was the Abbey Road LP. I also picked up some other Beatles stuff. This is the LP Help. I also had a mono version of this LP, but this is the stereo. And yeah, of course it is a reissue, because, you know, the real first pressings I just really can't afford. They go for maybe I have seen first pressings going for about 40, 50, 75 euros or even more, you know. And it's just, of course, some records, they definitely have their value, you know, but I just can't afford that, sorry. So but the reissues are just fine with me, you know. It's just again, it's all about the music. So I also picked up Please Please Me by the Beatles, and also on the stereo. Then I picked up a very cool record by John Lennon. It's Man Love A. And the picture, of course, was designed by Andy Warhol. So, yeah, very cool to have this. Also by John Lennon. It's a sort of dialogue with Yoko Ono. It's called Hard Play, Unfinished Dialogue. So very cool addition to my John Lennon collection. And I also picked up some records by Paul McCartney. This is the LP Tug of War. Very cool to have. Very great condition also, so I'm very happy with that. And then, of course, Paul McCartney and Wings. And this is a Band on the Run. Of course, also with his with Linda McCartney, of course, the former wife of Paul McCartney. So that's very cool to have. And then from Beatles we go to some metal. Yeah. The first ones I want to show you are all by one band. And some people who just followed my videos or my postings on the my post to the vinyl community group on Facebook, they must have noticed that I am looking for some Metallica records at the moment. And so but unfortunately the most first pressings also they just go for just insane prices, you know. So I'm still looking around for some Metallica LPs, but then just for more decent prices, you know. And happily I just found a few. The very first I want to show you, it's Kill 'Em All by Metallica, and this is so this was from 1983. And this is on the Vertigo Records, Vertigo label. So this might also be a reissue, but you know, very cool to have also. And the next Metallica record I want to show you, it's Ride the Lightning by also by Metallica. It's released in 1984. And this is also on the Vertigo label. I also had it on Banzai Records and Roadrunner, if I'm not wrong. So now I also have it on Vertigo Records. The next one I want to show you is Master of Puppets. And so this was released 1986, and the other I also had a copy of this in one of my former videos, and that record was on Music for Nations Records, and this is also on the Vertigo label. So yeah, great condition again. So and still with the original inner sleeve. So that's very cool too. And the last Metallica pickup just for this week, it's of course Injustice for All. And yeah, so this was from 1988, and this is also on the Vertigo label. So yeah. very cool to have these records, and I'm looking for Metallica albums for quite a long time, so it's very cool. I just could pick that up for quite decent price, you know. And maybe they're not the very first pressings, but you know, it's just I'm happy with this stack of records. So yeah, yeah. So I think I will listen to Metallica very often the next few days. So, but that's you know, nothing wrong with that at all, you know. Yeah, another very cool metal band, of course, is Megadeth, and from the same seller as I bought Metallica records, he also was selling some Megadeth records. So, you know, and also for a quite decent price. So I just couldn't let that go, you know. And so the first one I want to show you, it's Megadeth, Killing Is My Business. So that's very cool to have. And this was it's a UK pressing, and yeah, this was I think with recordings from 1984 or something like that. I just can't find it right now on the cover, but I think it's somewhere 1984, 1985, something like that. So Megadeth, and Killing Is My Business. So I bought that from the same seller as the Metallica records. I also bought P Sells But Who's Buying. Very cool. And I think this is one of the best albums by Megadeth. And yeah, it of course was released in 1986. And then I also bought So Far So Good, So What? So that's very cool. And this was released in 1988, and also on it's on Capitol Records, if I see that right. Yeah, Capitol Records. And I also bought, also from the same seller, Rust in Peace by Megadeth, and this was released 1990. So that's very cool. Yeah, it was a sort of auction, and the seller also was selling the Megadeth album Countdown to Extinction. But yeah, someone else just bid it a quite higher amount, and it was just, you know, it was a very ridiculous price in the end. So I just had to let that go, unfortunately. But yeah, after that I was looking around on the internet, and I found out that you know, the Countdown to Extinction album was yeah, quite expensive, because yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's very limited or something. And but I found out that someone, I think it was Japan or Korea or something like that, they were selling also some Megadeth albums, and I found that they also had the Countdown to Extinction album for a much cheaper price. So yeah, I just couldn't let that go, and of course I bought that. And so here is Countdown to Extinction by Megadeth. And yeah, so I think this is a Korean, or you know, a pressing or something like that. And but it's also on Capitol Records, so I think it's legal pressing as well. But yeah, so far, yeah, I'm really very happy with it, you know, because really, if you look at this record on you know, eBay or Discogs or I don't know, they really go for really insane prices. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one. And so I bought this from a seller on Discogs, but he also had another Megadeth album, and I already bought that in the stack, you know, from the eBay seller. But you know, this was a really very special thing, because the album is signed. So among others, Dave Mustaine and you know, David Ellison and you know, some Megadeth band members, they signed that this record. So and it wasn't really too expensive. So yeah, you know, this is just a record you just find once in a lifetime, you know. So just I had to pick this up, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's really cool to have. So I think I will put this on the wall somewhere downstairs, because I have more signed signed records, signed stuff hanging on the wall downstairs. So yeah, so I think this is a great addition to that. And yeah, and also my son, who was 14 years old, Ricardo, he is a quite big yeah, Megadeth fan. So yeah, this is of course, you know, you just can't let this go as a big Megadeth fan, you know. So yeah, that's my last pickup for today. And yeah, the music already stopped for yeah, for quite a while, but this was by Dream Theater. Very beautiful LP. It's also yeah, great gatefold, and yeah, Through Your Eyes is a really beautiful track. But also The Spirit Carries On. It's, you know, that's one of my favorite Dream Theater songs, and it has such a beautiful, you know, such beautiful lyrics in it. So yeah, this was from 1999 and 2011. This was the, I think the CD already was released in 1999, and this LP is a pressing from last year, so 2011. So yeah, actually this is my only Dream Theater yeah, album I have on vinyl until now. Of course I want to have more. They also released some other albums on vinyl, but yeah, they are quite expensive. So yeah, I have to yeah, to save money for that, and yeah, buy those albums somewhere in the future, you know, and when I can afford that, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but I'm very happy with this one already, and yeah, of course we, you know, my husband and I, we of course have almost the entire Dream Theater collection on CD. So yeah, we also visited some concerts, some live shows from Dream Theater a couple of times, and yeah, that's really yeah, they're really awesome musicians, and you know, great music, and yeah, so it's really a great yeah, hard rock, but also yeah, symphonic music, and very progressive music, and yeah, it's yeah, you know, it's for some people maybe it's quite yeah, it's not the easiest music, I guess, you know. It's but yeah, you have to listen to it very well, and yeah, we consider it as just great music, you know. So I really recommend Dream Theater if you are not familiar with them yet. So maybe check them out on YouTube or something, you know. And yeah, they really released really yeah, awesome music in the last couple of years. So yeah. But so that was what was playing in the background in the beginning of this video. And well, I think I've showed you enough for now today. I hope to be back soon with another video, and among others with a Delain CD. And well, hope you all having a great time. Have a great Sunday, or you know, another day whenever you watch this video. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and see you soon, my friends. Okay, bye bye everyone.